I want you to go out in public, walk out of wherever you live, take a 10-minute walk away, and then when you're there, 10 minutes away from where you live, you look around, 360 view, and do the stupidest possible thing you can. Like a silly little dance or like, whatever. But you probably wouldn't do that, would you? You'd still feel awkward. You'd feel uncomfortable. You'd feel like, oh, why is that happening? That's a great question. Why is that happening? Why do we feel so anxious about how we're going to be perceived when if you walk 10 minutes in a random direction, you're probably not going to know anybody. There's not a chance, like, let's just say it's a direction, in this scenario, it's a direction that you wouldn't have normally walked in. It's, not near where you get your breakfast or near your work or your gym or whatever. It's 10 minutes in a direction you wouldn't normally go. So nobody around is going to know you, presumably. No one's going to have seen you, whatever. So why wouldn't you do a little, jig in the street? Do a little, ooh, 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 yeah. Why wouldn't you do that? I'm not looking down at anybody. I'd have a hard time doing it too. But the question is that why, as humans, do we do that? And I think there's a couple of reasons. And I'm going to get to why I think we should work on, getting rid of that, in my opinion. But I would say, first off, the obvious societal pressures. I think you want to look cool, you want to look good, and there's something to be said about being weird or different that is wrong. You know what I mean? Like, if you were on a train and you were talking really loudly, people would be like, yo, what the hell? Like, I'll give you an example. My buddy, who I made at school here, he does not like that I can be quite loud in public, which is true. I can be quite loud, or not even loud. Here's a good example. We were on the train and we were about to get off, and I was getting up and I just did a weird little stretch where I sort of put my legs up on the chair like this, and I did a weird squat like that, and then I got back down. And he looked at me like I was literally insane. Was it a little weird to do? Yeah, I guess so. But I was stretching, and I had to get up, so I was stretching. We've been sitting for a while. So he looked at me, he was like, dude, what? I've never seen anybody do that in public. And I was like, neither have I guess, but what does that matter? Like, what? I don't care. And he's like, dude, but somebody could have seen you, bro. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, well, who cares? Like, when you feel it's completely understandable and justifiable. And you're like, yeah, I get that. But who actually cares that they saw me just do this weird, even, first of all, nobody looked. Nobody cared. And still he was worried about it. But take this second point. Even if